One of the funniest things you can listen to is the mainstream science for why the sun is colder in the northern hemisphere in the wintertime. Why isn't it warm in the winter versus the summer, okay, in the northern hemisphere? Now, science tells us that in the northern hemisphere it gets colder in the winter due to the tilt of the Earth's axis, and that the tilt is apparently 23.5 degrees relative to the orbit around the sun during the winter months. Now, the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, and this means that the sun rays are hitting the Earth at more of an oblique angle, spreading the energy in different areas and providing less direct heat. Now, mainstream science also tells us that the days are now shorter, which also means that the sun has less time to heat the Earth. It's so funny because it's total nonsense, in my opinion. There's a reason the sun is not as strong in the northern hemisphere in the wintertime, and that's because the sun has now traveled further away. So it's further. It like everything else, it goes south for the winter. In the northern hemisphere in the summer, the sun circles, just like how the sun works. In order for a sundial to work, the source of light has to go around whatever it's lighting in a circle, which is why the Bible likes to use the word circle a lot. And a circle is two-dimensional, and two-dimensional is flat. So when you start to learn these things and you start to apply them to what science has told us and what science tells us, you start to realize that it's utterly ridiculous. Okay, in my opinion, no, the Earth is not wobbling on an axis, tilted. It's very, very simple. The Earth is flat, which is why water always falls level, which is why rivers do not go uphill. The Nile River debunks a globe Earth. Okay, the Nile runs from south to north, which means on a globe Earth that the Nile River goes up a giant ball. The Nile River is thousands of miles. So for thousands of miles, the water travels up. I've never seen a river traveling upward ever in my life. It doesn't happen. Rivers don't move up, which is why there are something called canal locks, where these channels fill with water and then the boat can lift, and then they release the boat and it goes up. That's the only way to boat to go uphill. You have to fill a chamber with water and have the water lift the boat. That's how a channel work, or a canal lock works. Channel lock, canal locks. So when you start to understand this, things start to make sense, okay? Again, the sun lights the Earth by circling around the Earth. When the sun hits that circle, when it goes around, when it gets farther away, in our eyes, because of perspective and our eyes' perception and perspective, we are not able to see the light. It goes too far. It goes beyond the horizon. Okay, it goes beyond the horizon. Once it goes beyond the horizon, we're not going to be able to see it anymore. Okay, it's not because it's going around a ball, it's because it's going out of our vision. It's just how vision works. So we have been tricked and fooled, and when it just comes down to vision, okay? Tricks with your eyes. Now, magicians have been able to play tricks on us through vision forever, and that's all this is, in my opinion. It's a magic trick. So when you understand what the sun is doing and how it's cold in the winter because the sun is further away from the northern hemisphere, okay? It's circling out further now to get to the southern hemisphere, which means our days are shorter. We have longer nights because the sun is traveling further away from us. So when these things start to click and they start to make sense, you'll understand. But until then, you know, if you're gonna come at me with comments and everything, listen, I'd love to debate you. I'll go live on any one of my platforms and teach you plenty of things, because if you think that the Earth is a spinning ball, my answer to you is that you have not done enough research. All right, until you can go outside and look up and point out 15, 20 stars and know where they are and where they're gonna be, you just don't have the knowledge. So your opinion is almost invalid, doesn't mean anything. It's like it's a childish opinion. I mean, children only know what they've been taught thus far. And if you only know certain information, you're only going to be able to base your opinions on that certain information. When you have a larger pool of information to dip into, you're going to have better answers. So there's just that. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me. But then again, I've been doing this research now for a long time. So, you know, you have to do the work. You have to study and learn yourself. No one's going to force you to do anything. But you don't have to believe me. You don't have to listen to me. I love you all anyway. And hopefully I see you all at my website, withthesun33.com.